Hey, Cam. Hey guys, how are you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. We'll get started in a few here. Hey Cam, Brian.
How's it going?
Hey guys. All right. Okay, guys, let's get started here. I'm excited about doing this Monday training. I think it's going to be pretty cool. We had a pretty good day in the markets today for stocks. Well, I think the market finished. I think the market finished down, but we got a nice bump in the morning.
I'm gonna leave right after this video. It's gonna be for 45 minutes.
All right. So guys, this is going to be a kind of open discussion on anything you guys want to learn about the systems, the market. We're just going to go over anything you guys want to talk about.
Hey, David, it's Brian. I got a question.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah, you know, with the upcoming debt ceiling, I'm trying to make a decision on that. You know, what I guess kind of, you know, this is my first time kind of experiencing that with the Forex market or impacting the Forex market. So what are some of the things that I should be kind of looking out for in regards to making trades in the Forex market as a result of what's happening with the debt ceiling, with the, you know, the government either okaying it, raising it, or not raising it?
Well, it shouldn't have. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we always want to keep that in the background, like, you know, the news and stuff. So, you know, we although it might cause volatility in the Forex market, we still want to focus on what's happening in front of us. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big deal. I think for equities, it might be a bigger concern than Forex. But you know, I would just kind of stay focused. So, I mean, let's take a look at Forex. We talked about this yesterday as the Forex market opened. So if we look at, and that's perhaps that's the biggest concern with us as traders, is just really staying focused. If you look here, where is it here? Monster Scalper. Okay, so if we go here, right? So if we look at this downward trend here, okay, I mean this downward trend here in EURCAD, I mean that's been going down since 923. So yes, there've been news, there've been data since that time, but you notice here, price continues to go lower. So usually the news data, that's usually all built in the price already, Brian. You see what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually built in the price action. So I mean, it's something to keep in mind, but I wouldn't trade off that. Okay. That's a good question, though. I think the debt ceiling might affect the equities market, though, because if you look here, if we look at the Dow, if we look at the Dow here, the Dow, see the Dow is in trouble right here. Okay, hold on, let me change this. Let's see here. Okay, so I think if anything, it might affect the Dow. See, the Dow is in trouble here. I mean, it's trying to consolidate here. You guys see that?
Yeah.
So if it doesn't pass, right, then we could get selling come back down in this area here, and then perhaps break this support. Same thing with the S&P. So I think there's more of a concern in the equities market than with the Forex market. So we had a red candle here today on the S&P. Okay, we were trying to get above this resistance in here, but it kind of failed. Here's a bigger resistance in this area here, but price is coming back down on the S&P, and on the NASDAQ it's even worse. So I think the NASDAQ, we got lucky today with some of our positions in Sniper Trader. We got a nice bounce, so we were able to get out fairly quickly. So here are our Sniper trades here. So we got this bounce here on the open. Okay, these are some of the trades we took. So we got this nice bounce. We got out right in this area in here, and in here before this happened here.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we have a put position in here, a put position in here. So we're holding this for another day, tomorrow, and we'll see what happens there. But the big concern is definitely here. Yeah. So the market could be in trouble if it gets down to this support area right in here.
Hey, David, what are you guys trading on the NASDAQ composite? Are you trading the QQQ puts? Or are you trading the NDX puts?
No. So what we're doing with just focusing on the sniper. We focusing on, rather than the index, just stocks that are that's getting volume, a lot of volume on the weekend.
Okay, can you go back to that previous screen then?
Yeah, here, right here. So yeah,
Yeah, what was the last one? I can't tell what the symbol
that's
is.
D
CJJ.
yeah, DXNG.
Yeah, that's Dollar King, but the one on the far right that you're
On the
shorting,
far, oh,
yeah, that's chemical.
CCJ.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm familiar with them.
And
CCJ,
then
guys,
Apple.
that's a mining and mineral company. And I do believe they're based in South America. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then of course, Apple. Any other questions? Anything else?
One thing too is Bitcoin was up like another, what, $2,000 today?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can see now it's really putting in a bottom for now. And I really think that like you were indicating, David, it'll go back up to that to the top of that trading range and test that right where you have that high bar. Yep, right
So
around in
you're
there.
thinking right at, let's see here. So I would say the 60,000 mark right here, 60,000 is perhaps, this is a fluke here. I wouldn't call this at resistance right here. So 65 is, I wouldn't call that resistance. I would say right here, right at 60,000.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to clear that area pretty quickly. All right. So if we look at the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, and you guys remember we got in early on the 4-hour chart, right? Let's see here. This is the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, and that looks really nice. I mean, that's a perfect move here. There was a buy signal here. I think we got in right here on that reaccumulation right here. Right. So now it's right up here. And there's no retracement, no pullbacks in this right so far. So it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good to get above that 60,000 mark. If it breaks 60,000, then who knows where it could go, right? You know what I mean?
And guys, sorry about that. CCJ is a uranium company, and uranium for the last couple months it had a nice run. If you look at like UR, I think it's URNM, and but that's what CCJ does. They mine for uranium.
Okay. Yeah, we won't stay in that long. We'll look to get out of that. We'll look, those trades that we're taking on Fridays, guys, all we want is that pop. We want to pop in Monday open, right? Yeah, and so we'll be in and out of those. But look for Bitcoin, and as you know, right, Bitcoin is a barometer for most of the currency pair, not currencies, but cryptocurrency pairs. So those cryptos will follow Bitcoin, but that's a pretty good chart. I mean based on this chart here, Bitcoin could probably get to 70,000 pretty easily. Yeah, I think it'll run through this resistance right here.
Not all the cryptos are following that trend. Like Cardano is down, you know.
Is it down for the day? I don't follow it. Is it down for the day? How has it traded since
I mean,
Bitcoin?
it went down to 211. It's like at 216 right now. I just using Bitcoin as a barometer for most of the cryptos. Cardano, I think it's got like the 3rd largest market cap or something, but I just thought that would be going up there with Ethereum and Bitcoin, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, some of them will not. But for For the most part, they will. I mean, if we take a look at, let's see here. I mean, you still want to look at the individual charts. Let's see here. So this is Litecoin. So this is Litecoin here. This is Ethereum right here.
I can chime in on that, David, as well.
Okay, go ahead.
I think as somebody that specializes kind of in crypto markets, I mean, that's all I trade if I can get away with it. What I've noticed is that the money flows into Bitcoin first, and then the other cryptos will follow. So sometimes they don't necessarily run together, but once the money flows into Bitcoin and people gain confidence in the market again, then they're willing to take more risks with the lower cap coins. And so that money in Bitcoin will start to flow into those smaller cap coins, and Bitcoin may consolidate or continue to move higher just at a slower pace while these altcoins start to run. So if Bitcoin continues to move higher, my guess would be that all these other smaller altcoins will gain confidence and will start to move higher as well. That's my 2 cents anyway.
Okay, that's a good point. Good point. Anything else, guys?
Hey, David, can you go back to the US dollar, Japanese yen?
The dollar yen.
Pulling back just a tiny bit right now, but if you look at a daily chart on that one, yeah, it's really kind of caught on fire. And what's surprising, because again, when you listen to news reports, which I know that's something you don't do, with China, threatening to have a secondary reserve currency, we could see that that's definitely, absolutely, positively, it's not slowing down the dollar.
Okay.
That's a very, very strong stock since September the 23rd, 24th time frame.
Okay. Yeah, I really, over the years, I've really tried not to pay attention to the news. I'm starting to do a bit more of it, but I tend not to. But I mean, look at that move here on the 240.
Yeah, that's a very, very strong move. And it's amazing you're looking at the 240. I was just talking to a buddy of mine, and that's what something he was telling me to start doing, is to make sure, look at other time frames, but be sure to look at that 240 time frame on these currency pairs.
Yeah. The problem with the and we've gone through this a little bit, but I kind of want to go through some more. This here, this is the dollar index here, and the dollar index is really how we can. There are other volatility index we can use for Forex, but I like using the dollar because it really works well. And for several years, Forex has consolidated. And if you look here from 2014, 2015, this area in here to now, no real trends like this. This is a downward trend here, downward trend here. This is monthly. So these are all the years, right? Monthly. A lot of consolidation in here. So we're moving from the daily to the 240 because we want to kind of capture these moves in between here. The daily is just too wide. If Forex was trending like this, the daily would work. And we've tried. I mean, I really thought we would get a nice lift in the dollar, break this resistance, but it's just not happening. So the 240 works well. I think you guys are going to really like trading up the 240. It doesn't have a lot of noise like the 30-minute or the hour, the 60-minute chart. So we'll still get some nice moves, right, on the 240. But also we'll get some moves going to not only to the upside, but to the downside too. So that's why we add in the short end. here, so the short here. If you guys don't have your charts, just let me know. I can email email the new charts for you guys, and then through any desk we can upload. I can get you guys going. But this is really cool. This is really cool to see both long and short, right? So to see both long and short.
Hey, David, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And go to the short tab, and I think you were looking at
this is the short here.
Euro USD. Look at that one.
Euro USD.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So we see that long trend in this pair. So based on your range and trending chart on the right side, is that only in relation to the long, the yellow, anything above 20? How do we use this in relation to shorts?
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so when you do your analysis, when you guys do your analysis, and you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I've used this a lot. When you use your analysis, over here will give you the direction. Okay, so to your left here will give you the direction of where the pairs are moving, either up or down, right? Up or down. Over here to the right, just gives you, doesn't give you the direction. It gives you it tells you whether the pairs are consolidating or trending. Okay, so consolidating or trending. So the first thing you want to look at are the pairs that are below 20 and in red are consolidating. Okay, so 20, below 20 and in red, those pairs are consolidating. 20 and above, in yellow, 20 and above are trending. But it doesn't give us the direction of the trend. It just tells us that they're trending, either long or short. Okay, so EUR USD, your pair, Brian, if we find it here, EUR USD, EUR, where is it?
It's like 20.23. It's right. The first yellow after the red.
Oh, that's really trending. Okay.
So it's the first yellow after the red. So when this thing gave a red arrow,
okay.
when it gave a red arrow, right?
Yeah.
It gave a red arrow way back in, September 9th. Okay, let's just say it broke support 9:14, 9:15, right?
Okay.
Then it pulled back, and then it took off. So I guess I have to wait and see for myself, but will it be, going up to the 30s, 40s, 50s, going in the red?
Okay.
Versus, you follow me? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like if this was a long chart, then we automatically know, okay, anything above 20, we know it's going long.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know when we get that red signal here?
The short signal to take it short?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What are we looking for on this chart on the right of the screen? What are we looking for to say, okay, this thing is trending down big time? So are these numbers going to be going down or toward the red more? Will it be in the red more?
No,
but that's not the case because it's right, it's yellow.
No. So, okay. So, yeah. So if it's trending down, that means that it's above 20, regardless of the direction, whether it's long or short. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You just answered my question.
Yeah,
okay.
So regardless of the direction, if it's above 20, just think of this, right? So right now, if you look at this pair, it's really not trending currently, right?
It's ranging, basically. Yeah.
It's ranging currently, but it is in a downward trend, right? So
Correct.
if we do this, here, right? So these numbers will change based on real-time movement. Okay, so it's in a downward trend, right? It's in a downward trend, but currently it's kind of it's consolidating. Just think of this here. 19, can you guys see my cursor here? 19?
Yeah.
And below, the lower the number, the tighter the consolidation. Okay, the lower the number going down, because this is 9.20 all the way up to 54.09. So the lower the number, the tighter the consolidation. The higher the number, the higher the larger the trend. Okay, regardless of the direction. So let's say, for instance, right, this pair here, EUR USD, although it's in a downward trend, currently it's at 20, which means it's not a tight consolidation like this here, but it's starting to break out. Okay, so we could watch this, and as this number moves higher, let's say EUR USD moves higher here, what will happen is that candle today will come down and look to break support. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep. Yep. You answered the question. Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
So let's look at EUR CAD. EUR CAD is the top trending pair. All right. EUR CAD is the top trending pair. That's at 54. Okay. And here it is. That's a nice downward trend. Okay. So we want to pay close attention to the pairs that are at the top here that are trending, but we also want to pay close attention to those in here, because the pairs that are in the early 20s right here, those are planning to break out. Okay, those pairs are starting to looking to break out. Usually by the time it gets to 50, 54, 40, anywhere near the high 30s or 40, they're already in a nice trend. That doesn't mean we couldn't trade them, but we've missed a lot of the opportunities.
Right.
Okay. And something else we want to pay attention to is that if you look here, this is Euro CAD, CAD yen, right? Dollar CAD, right? So a lot of the CAD pairs, pound CAD, a lot of the pound pairs are leading right now. Okay. So we should be in those pairs, and those will rotate. So at some point they will start to consolidate and they will go into an accumulation phase. So right now this is in the distribution phase. At some point it will consolidate and then hit resistance and then go back up. So the cool thing about following this, if you guys follow this religiously, you'll always be, on the right side. You'll be in these CAD pairs short, and then guess what? At some point, perhaps the yen pairs look like they're looking to break out, and then you just want to go back and forth.
David, what are those unit numbers on the side in the yellow? Like
right
50,
here?
No, on the side. Yeah, there. What's the unit? 54 what? Or 24 what? Or
it measures the trend. So this is it's called ADX.
ADX.
ADX. So it's a trending indicator. So just think of it like this: the lower the number. So let's take a look here. So let's go to pound Swiss, which is the lowest one. It's at 9.20. If you look here, that's not trending, right? That's
Right.
consolidated. That's a ton of, we can't really trade this, right? You guys see that there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so so pound Swiss, this here looks very different. That's the bottom one here, pound Swiss. And there's pound CAD. That looks very, very different, right? This is trending down. You see that here?
Going back to what you were saying earlier, that we missed out on a lot right there. So we didn't get in. We chimed in a day or two late, say where the sell signal was there, that red arrow up there.
Okay.
And then, but now with such a steep number, 54 ADX, it's not too late to get in. We can still get in right now.
Yeah, it's too late.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too late. I mean, can you, if we wanted to get in, right, we would wait for redistribution, right?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so redistribution would be another leg down. So we would wait for this to consolidate. We would have to get another support and resistance. And then if it breaks, another support, if it breaks that support, we could get in, right? But we would just have to be very, very careful, because guess what? It's really high. The highest I've seen these go is about 70. Okay. So this
you're better off sticking with the arrows then, right? The sell arrows and
yeah. You mean here the short
yeah,
signal?
yeah.
I mean, that's ideally, this is what you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Ideally, this is your entry. If you want further confirmation, let's say this is your buy signal here, you guys want further confirmation, then the first redistribution you can get in. Okay. So let's say your buy signal here, it broke support here, you could get in here. Okay. All right. Sometimes this is risky. Sometimes the first trade here is risky, but I take it. I usually take it. I'll take that first trade, especially if the pairs are lining up, right? So if that whole group is bearish, right? And you getting signals on a lot of the pairs, that's giving you information. Yeah, you could take that trade. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. What you guys should be doing though, yes, you could take if it gives a support line, break support, you could take that trade for a small profit, right? But just know that, hey, this is the real money. The real money was right here. That's the real money. Okay, but now what you guys could do is anticipate the next move. Okay, we always want to be looking for, okay, what's the next move? What's going to happen here? What can we anticipate? And knowing that this is at 54, right? It's sold off quite a bit. We can anticipate that at some point in the near future that we're going to get some consolidation. Okay, accumulation, perhaps break resistance, and now price might start going higher again. That makes sense?
Yeah. And we'll get a blue arrow that time, right?
Yeah, you'll get a blue arrow. So you would have to go here to your long system here. Okay, so what I do is this: if I'm watching this here and I know, okay, if we're in this now. You guys, if you really want confirmation and you guys want to trust the system, all right, this is a good way of doing that, right? So if you look here, this is the same chart. So here is the long side right here, blue, long, blue arrows long. This is the short side, red arrow short. Notice here that there was a buy signal on the long side. Here was a sell signal to get out, and we never got it. We didn't for almost from 9:23 to now. we never got to buy another buy signal. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now if we look to the short side, so here was our buy signal. Follow me now. There was our sell signal to get out. So we didn't capture any of these losses here. We took a loss here. We took a small loss here, but guess what? All right. We never got another buy signal. Here on the short side, we got a short signal to get in here, and we took it all the way down here. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful. That's pretty powerful. That here on the long side, we got out, never gave additional buy signals to get back in because it's trending down. Here, we got a short signal, it's still holding, and never gave a buy signal to get back in. So with having both charts like this here, you really get to see the real, how the system really works. So if we look here, USD TRY, this is a good example. And you guys can, play with this, right? So here was a short signal. We're on the short side. We're going to get in short signals here. So here was candles are red. Price is making lower lows in the redistribution phase, right? Right here, price is going lower. We have a short signal. Price reverse. Here's accumulation. Broke. Follow me now. Broke resistance. Guess what? The buy green candles now. No more red candles. We got green candles. Closed. The system closed the short trade. Right? Closed the short trade. Price is now in the markup phase. Right? In the markup phase here. It's not taking any more short trades. No more short trades here. But then if we look to the long side, guess what? It didn't take any short positions on the long side, the long signals, but then gave us a buy signal here. And it closed here.
Ooh.
You guys see that?
Yes.
So if you want confirmation, and trading is all about confirmation, right? If you want real confirmation, the signals will really give you good confirmation on what side you should be on. Okay, so it's going to turn off, it's going to stop taking short trades, okay, on the long system, and then it's going to take, okay, long trades on the long system when it has to. It's pretty powerful. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I mean, if you look here, what's the time frame here? And we'll go till 8 o'clock, guys. We'll go till 8 o'clock. Let's see the time frame here. So from 9/7 to now, it hasn't given any short signals on USD TRY. This was the last short signal that closed, and it hasn't given any more short signals to get in, because we shouldn't be shorting, right? Because it's trending up. But here on the long side, guess what? It's only given buy signals. Anything else?
Can we take a look at the stock Upstart UPST?
Okay, Upstart. What's the symbol again?
UPST.
ST.
UPST?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's open this up here.
I've been following the stock. Earnings reports coming out in November the 10th.
Okay.
All last earnings report, all three earnings report, after the earnings report come out, the stock has like blown up like 100 points. It was in a uptrend channel and it broke out of the uptrend channel daily. So it looks like it's going to be bullish. So I'm anticipating a retracement, but it's not retracing at all. So
Yeah,
just-
this so let's take a look at it here. Let's take a look at it here. So a buy signal, came in at 141, so $141 is where the buy signal came in here. All right, currently it's at 310, right? 310. Strong stock. It's very strong, right? The only concern, and that's not really a concern because I think it will blow through this resistance right here. Whenever we get a purpose support and resistance, right, that means we're getting lower highs and lower lows, right? So we don't have a sell signal, but the stock is under some pressure. So if you guys look here, can you guys see my cursor here?
Sure can.
Okay, so if you notice, right, we've got green candles here, then a white candle. So green candles, we are bullish. White candles, we're starting to consolidate a bit. By the time we get red candles, we should be out. We're going to get a sell signal. Usually that means we've broken a support. We've broken a support level like right here, got a sell signal to get out. Purpose support and resistance. Okay, lower highs, lower lows. Same thing here. Purpose support and resistance in here. Red candles, right? So the only warning here with this stock is that we've got purpose support and resistance here. So we're getting lower. If you guys look here from the top here, we're getting lower highs, and lower lows. Okay. The nice thing though that you've got going with this stock is that it's all green candles. All the candles are green. It's holding above the moving average. It held the support here. It held this support and now it's testing this resistance. So I think you're good. There's no sign to close this position. So I would just hold on. If we start getting white candles, right? Right candle, and it starts to test this support in here, then that would be a concern. But it looks pretty good to move higher. That's for sure. It's a strong stock. And when is earnings?
November 10th.
Okay.
I was gonna fire bullets at this stock, but I was waiting for like a retracement back into the channel. But it's so strong; it's a monster stock. So
Yeah.
it's very scary because it's overpriced.
What do you mean it's overpriced?
I mean, because it was in the channel. It was trading between $150 to $200. Now it's like $100 over the channel. If you like connect the tops of those the channels,
You mean okay, so 1 second. So
if you draw a trend line.
So trend line from here.
All the way back from February to July. And then you connect the tops, it was just moving in a trend.
From February. Okay.
Yeah. It was just in an uptrend. Connect the bottoms right there, yeah, and you just clone that trend line and you put it on the top.
Yeah, so if we are going to analyze this, this stock it's it's gone. It's left the building, right? So
Yeah, it's like a rocket to the moon. So
yeah, it's not
it's scary to get in.
yeah, it's not going to give you that type of, I mean, the market would have to correct to get a pullback. If you get a pullback back to this anywhere near here, then it's over. The trend is over. It's absolutely over. It's
But
bearish.
right now, it's still on a strong trend up.
Yeah, and this is where you want to, if you, obviously the buy signal was here. If you're going to trade it, then you can trade it on a break of resistance to continue going with it. But if we're waiting on a pullback, once it pulls back, so if we take a look here, and that's a good question, right? So just know that if it pulls back anywhere to this support, let's draw this here. If it pulls back to this support here, then it's in trouble, right? If it pulls back, if it pulls back, let's say to 250, like 250 right here, it's over. It's done for the stock. That doesn't mean that it will not move higher again, but if it pulls back to 50, that's 250, that will definitely be a sell signal. And then it could retrace all the way back down to, let's say, 200 or even 250. But if that happens, the trade is over. It's over. It's absolutely, you can't go long anymore. A healthy pullback would have been right here. So a pullback to the moving average would be a healthy pullback to get in. If we wait for a pullback to around 250 or 200, you can't get in. You can't get in because the trend, the upward trend has been broken. That makes sense?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So if when we're looking for a pullback, look for pullbacks to the moving average. So let's say we get to the moving average, we get a support area, wait for a bounce. A healthy pullback would be a bounce of that support, and then you get in. What I like to see is a pullback to the moving average or support, get a white candle, okay, a white candle, then a green candle after that, and I know now buyers are coming back in. All right, we want the trend to be intact. We still want the trend to be intact when we buy. Once the trend breaks, it's over for now. And then we've got to start all over again with accumulation.
I went bearish on the stock, and I thought I was going to pull back hard, but my bearish position just got killed.
When you say so you shorted it?
Yeah, I shorted it once it hits the top of the trend line, and I just got absolutely killed.
Right here, you shorted right here?
No, I shorted it when I was at 200.
At 200. So you shorted here. Oh boy. Yeah.
And I got killed.
Yeah. When we short, we want to look for a distribution. So when we short, I'm trying to find a good example here. The stock actually has to turn around. So sometimes the mistake that we make is, sometimes we feel, okay, if the price is moving higher and it's on the buy side, right? It's moved really high. We feel that, hey, we can short it because it's gone up too high, but we're on the buy side. So there are two sides of. So if we look here, and this is a good example here, that's why I say it's good to play with this. Okay, this is the buy side. We should only be buying right here. We should only be buying. That's the buy side. Just think of the left side of the chart. Okay, above the moving average here, we should be buying, right? We should be buying on the right side. On the left, let's see here. I'll try to make this clearer. Okay, here is not a perfect example, but somewhat of a decent example. Okay, on the right side, let me find it. Okay, I guess this will work here. Okay, on the right side, if we go into short, right, price has to break the moving average. It has to get below that moving average, right? You guys see this moving average here, the red moving average?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so price has to be below that moving average. Okay, so even if let's say even if you don't have the system, let's say you have a simple moving average, price has to be, in order to go short, price has to be below this moving average, just like here to go short. To go long, price has to be above the moving average. So going back to your stock here, right? 200, you're on the wrong, this is on the buy side. In order to short, price would have to turn around and get to the sell side. That makes sense? That makes sense? Yeah. So in order to short it, let's say if we wanted to short it, if we wanted to go short, right? If we wanted to go short, then price would have to come down, you get below this red moving average here to then go short, which is distribution or markdown phase. Okay, anytime we short on the left side, you're going against the momentum of the buyers. Okay, so that's what happened. You just got caught. Because
It's
here
just
was
so crazy. There's no even one red day. It's like
no. So we here we want to be buying. So we just want to constantly be buying. Every time it breaks resistance, we want to be adding. Yeah. So it just makes it difficult if you're shorting on this side here, you're gonna get run over by the buyers. Yeah. You might get lucky, you might get lucky and get a pullback, right? You might get, so let's say you bought at 200 was right here. You might get a pullback, a big enough pullback to the second moving average here, but guess what? It's like a rubber band. So it's going to pull back. You might get lucky, but you're going to be really, really quick. Okay, because it's like a rubber band. It's going to pull back and then it's going to take off again. Okay, because we're on the wrong side. Just like here, it's going to pull back here to that moving average and then take off again. So we just want to be on this side of the trade. We want to be just buying. All right. Anything else, guys?
One last one, SI.
What is it?
Symbol is SI, Sam Igloo.
SI, okay. Okay. What about it?
Silvergate Corporation. Looking at this chart right here, you can see it put in a base, and you got several buy signals. You got 3 of them, 3 of those little blue arrows. You got the blue arrow, then the white down, then you got the blue up, then you got the white down. Now you got the last one, you got the blue up. And
Okay.
So looking at that, I'm thinking this one right here, this is one that I'm in. I'm thinking this can trade up to the top of the trading range up here at about, what number is this? I can't see here. Hang on. Let me see if I can see the number here. Right around about 181.10.
Okay.
And that's where I know it's kind of late in the game to be saying it's going to 181.10, but I've been trading this one out for about a week and a half. And yeah, but right up there, I'm thinking that's where this is headed. And that's kind of obvious once you look at a daily chart.
Okay, let me do one thing here. Let's see here.
My reaction of that, it looks like from that chart, it looks like a pump and dump. I would have, because I would short that one once I get close to 180.
Okay,
What
so
were
it's
we
never
saying again?
been. So it's made a high. So it's never been there before. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so we've got a lot of resistance in here. I would be careful here. So if let's say you bought here, did you get it here, Cam?
I got in right at I got in, the date that I got in was on September the 29th. And the stock price was right around about 113. And I have a 125 call option that expires on Friday.
On Friday?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're gonna get much more. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get much more. You just think of here as a wall. This is a wall here. And I mean, it has stopped it from moving higher. And if they expire Friday, what's the strike?
I have a 125 call. So I'm very, very deep in the money.
So you in the money.
I've been taking them off a little bit.
Yeah, you in the
Taking off
money.
a few of my positions.
Yeah, you're in the money. I mean, you could get a spike. You could get a spike from here, but it's moved pretty quickly. Yeah, you know, it's moved pretty quickly here.
In the last week, 7 days.
Yeah, I would be concerned. The biggest, you know, obviously they're expiring, but I would look here. If at some point, and perhaps next month, it's going to take a while to really, because it's at this point here, it's knocking against this resistance right here. So you're going to get some consolidation in here. Okay, so you can anticipate some consolidation before price breaks this area here. I think at some point it will. I think it will at some point break this. Okay, because it's got a nice build up, nice consolidation in here, nice accumulation. Okay, so it's done for now. The options are expiring, so. Yeah, it's definitely, if you look here, it's in a nice upward trend. Let's see. So here's your trend line here. Here's your healthy, very healthy consolidation here. And now it's moving up. It's going to consolidate in this area here before it decides to either come back down or move up. But I think looking at it, it will probably move higher. All right. All right. Anything else, guys? You guys good?
Yeah, thank you very much.
All
Yeah, I'm
right.
good.
Hey, David, we're gonna try
Yeah,
to do
good,
this
David.
again on Sunday at what, 5 or 6?
Yeah, so we'll look to do on Sundays for Forex. We'll look to right when the market open at 5. We'll get together for half an hour, and then on Mondays we'll do this also. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, David.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good evening. Okay.
Good, thanks, David.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Take care.